Good morning, folks. This is Dan back with you from Appalachia Mountains Child. We got another video out here today we're going to do. This is real interesting. I'm in the state of Virginia over here, a little place next to Marion. This is a state park. Actually, it's called Hungry Mother State Park. It's a real interesting park. It's a beautiful park. It's got a beach and all that, but let's look at here. It says here, in 1933, local residents assisted in the creation of the donation of 2,000 acres of land, Virginia, for establishment of State Park in Smith County, along Hungry Mother's Creek. The unusual name comes from the legend of a nearby Indian settler conflict resulted in Molly Marley and her child being captured. They later escaped, but Marley died when a search party found the toddler, who could only utter the words "Hungry Mother." The National Park Service and the Civilian Conservation Corps, in conjunction with the Virginia Conservation Commission, developed the park as a New Deal project. It opened on June the 15th, 1936. Was of the first 6 parks established in Virginia. Wow. So we're going to go up here on the park and we're going to find out about this Molly Marley and see what happened with her. And I think it was back in the 1700s. Well, I'm here on the headwaters of the Hungry Mother's Park, and it's actually where that they had found Miss Molly Marley when she had been captured by the Shawnee Indians, and let's get into the story of the legend. The legend of Hungry Mothers takes form, and as whispers of the truth, was widely accepted to the people of southwestern Virginia. Legend has it that the pioneer named Molly Marley and her child were captured by Native Americans tribes and taken to the mountain camp. Molly and her little one eventually escaped and wandered through the woods, foraging for food and searching for shelter. One day Molly collapsed from exhaustion, and the youngster continued along the creek until help was found. The only word that the child had uttered was "Hungry Mother, Hungry Mother." That's how this park got its name. And the only words, like they said, that it uttered was "Hungry Mother." The search party later found Molly dead at the foot of the mountain near the creek. We're going to go to the foot of that hill where the knob is, to where they found her, the area where they found her. The mountain went on to be called Molly's Knob, on the stream of Hungry Mother's Creek. We're going to take a look at this stream here in just a few minutes. It's the headwaters of the lake. The lake is around 100 and some acres of lake. It's a very huge lake for this area here, but we'll get more into this here. It says that the legend has it that when the Native Americans destroyed several settlements on the New River south of what is now Hungry Mother State Park, a young mother named Molly Marley and her small child among the survivors were taken to the raiders' base camp. They eventually escaped, wandering through the wilderness, barely surviving by eating berries. Molly finally collapsed and her child wandered down a creek until they found help. The only words that she uttered was "Hungry Mother." Wow. The search party arrived at the foot of the mountain where Molly collapsed to find the child mother dead. Wow. Today the mountain's Molly Knob is 3,270 feet in elevation, and the stream is Hungry Mother's Creek. Let's go take a look at the foot of the mountain here, what they call Molly's Knob, and this little creek here. Folks, this is the little creek called Molly's Creek. It's actually the headwaters of this lake, which we'll be looking at the lake here just in a little bit down here. But this is the upper end. I wanted to come here first because this is actually where they had found her, and down near the creek. This little creek right here feeds the lake, the lake on down the creek here a little ways, which will go down a little while. But This is the little creek right here that she was found on. That she ended up on. That the little child was coming down through there, and they heard it saying, "Hungry mother, hungry mother," and to the people that aided in the rescue of Miss Molly. Says as they wandered, Molly's strength began to fade. Despite the journey, Toll pressed on, fueled by hope for the child, for her safety. But the wilderness can be unforgiving. Eventually she could go no further. She collapsed at the base of the mountain known as Molly's Knob, which is just right up there a little ways. We'll want to head up that way here just in a few minutes. But I wanted to show you this little creek here. It's very small, actually. But we got our rhododendron here. This is West Virginia's state flower, but we're in the state of Virginia right now, in Smith County. Yeah, this was devastating. This was heartbreaking. The story doesn't even end there. It said that Molly's child, desperate for help, stumbled down a creek until she reached a small settlement. It was exhausted. Starving child could only utter 2 words, "Hungry mother." The settlers formed a search party and followed the creek. They found her lifeless body at the foot of the mountain. Now let's go to the foot of the mountain where they supposedly found her. It's actually starts Molly's Knob, which is a trail that you had to walk. It's a little bit 1.8, almost 2 miles long. I don't know if we're going to take that trek today, but we're going to go check at the mouth of the knob here, and we're going to go down to the lake here area and show y'all what it looks like now. That you can come and rent places and fish and hike and kayak and do all kinds of stuff here. And yeah, let's go check out this knob here where they'd found her collapsed at. Well, I believe I about found the trailhead. Sign says anyway, Molly's Trailhead. Actually, the lake, you can see the lake back. We're going to go back over through there in just a little bit. We'll go right here where they actually, at the base of the hill here where they found her, was actually going to be the base of the trailhead that we're going to look at here. I don't think I'm going to make that trek today, though. It's almost 2 miles. They said it's pretty steep. So, just really want to show you the area where she was at, or where they had found her at. I actually said they found her at the base of the hill, which is down below us here. They say it's a very beautiful overlook on the top. Beautiful scenery. See a bear wire sign. Molly's Trailhead. Beware of bears. It says here 1.9 mile Molly's Knob trail begins near the beach overlook and winds its way up to the base of Molly's Knob before intersecting with the CNC Trail. It says Molly's Knob is 4.4 miles trail, which offers a spectacular view of Walker's Mountain to north of Mount Rogers, Virginia. Highest peak, southwest, Molly's Knob trail blades white, and Molly's Knob. All right. I like to make that trail, but it's a good long ways, they say. So we'll go down and check out the lake, and down here back near the creek, and that's something. You know, I've done videos and stuff on captures and stuff of settlers, and usually it's female women and children, and Native Americans actually would take them and sell them or trade them in Ohio, and that was a common thing. I think I've got 4 or 5 videos of the same kind of thing here, but she got away from them, but she never survived it. She passed away here, starved, I guess. She fed her child first, and the child somehow got down the stream here at this creek that I shown you a little bit ago, and come into civilization where people were. Now I'm not sure with what direction she came from, but she'd been in the woods for several days, just eating on berries and whatever they could find. But it's a beautiful place over here. I've not been here before. Well, I take that back. When I was a child, my mom and dad brought us kids here back many years ago. But yeah. All right, let's go down and take a look at the lake here. Which the lake wasn't there then. They said it was just a creek, and they had man-made this years ago. Folks, I just want to show you how beautiful this lake is here from up on the upper end of it, of Hungry Mother State Park. And you see way over on the other side you have a beach. How many places around here we have a beach? That's I'd say it's not very deep out to so far. I'd say out there where you see them lines going across, I'd say it starts getting deeper there. But it's got a beach even. So, wow, that's so cool. I just wanted to show you that to y'all, how beautiful that is. And this lake is over, they say it's 108 acres of lake, actually. And the park is actually almost over 3,000 some acres of park. That is huge. So I just wanted to show you all that, how cool that is. So we're going to go down and check some stuff out closer. Let's go check it out. You folks who want to come to Hungry Mother State Park, this is actually the little map here. You got I-81 coming up here and coming across. You got 16, which 16 is the way I came from Tazewell through. But different ways of coming in. Come in with your highway down here. Well, but it's a little map here showing the area here. Folks, I made it back down here on the lower part, and I want to show you this little bridge that crosses the upper end of the lake. It's actually the headwaters of it, which we were up on the main headwaters of it earlier when we was at the creek where they found the baby of Miss Molly's. But I can't imagine going through the ordeal that she went through. All them days and days in the woods alone, just her and her child. And back then, well, you had all kinds of types of wildlife. You had cougar, you had which is mountain lion here. You had black bear, you had snake. I don't know what part of the year that was in, but that was unreal of the dangers. Which actually, Miss Molly didn't make it. She had passed. Look how beautiful this is, folks. You got a little marina over there that you can rent like little boats and stuff. This little bridge here crosses, as a walk bridge, crosses the upper end of this little lake. I mentioned before how big it was. I say it's around 32 feet deep, and it's around 108 acres of lake, and the park size is about 3,000 some acres of park. So huge, pretty good sized park, and it's got a beach down there. That's nice, real nice. But Yeah. I think they had a little place over here, like an amphitheater for like thing that they maybe do little skits and stuff on over here. Beautiful. But like I said, this is in Smith County, Virginia. We're next to Marion. I brought in South 16 in from Tazewell actually to get here. I guess that's, well, I'll go back, I reckon. Use my little trusty mapping system. I was here once before, but it was when I was a child, when my mom and dad brought us here as kids, and that's been probably 50 years ago or better. So I was going to show you this. It's like a little, I guess, a little amphitheater like deal. Got all these little seats and stuff here. Pretty little neat. All right, we're gonna get on out of here and close out for today. I just wanted to cover a little story here about her, about this little park over here. It's nestled away here in part of Virginia, over in the winding hills of Appalachia. And it's just one of the very many little stories that's taken place over the years of these settlers being kidnapped or taken by Native Americans. So thought I'd cover that little story and why Hungry Mother's Park is called Hungry Mother's Park, we now know. Well, folks, we'll pretty much end this video out here today. That was a great endeavor that she went through. Horrible. That's something that it took a lot. She was all out for taking care of her baby, which she did. They figure she probably starved to death trying to feed her child, keep her child alive. But yeah, that was something. So like I said, I've done videos about stuff like this before, and it seemed like it always captured the women and children. And we looked at the creek, the headwaters of the creek, where the baby was coming down the creek. Found her, and we went to the base of the knob where supposedly they found her, Miss Marley. So I hope you liked this little video. And we all know now what Hungry Mother's Park, why it was named what it was named, because of Miss Marley and the little child coming down the creek saying, "Hungry mother, mother's hungry, mother's hungry." All right, folks, we'll catch y'all next time on Appalachian Roots with Dan. Catch you on the next video. Catch y'all later, folks.